Good morning, fam. This your boy Casey Field, King Self for Life. Wrestle it takes. I know y'all like, wait a minute. Yeah, I waited 2 days, y'all. I could have done it Saturday night. I could have done it Sunday. But I said, you know what? I'm going to sit on this. I'm going to sit on it after I watched it, after I, let things marinate, my thoughts on the situation. Tony Khan going off on fans again. Well, actually, this dude is a old school wrestler. Dude is a circus clown. Talking about Disco Inferno, whatever his clown name is. Let's talk about AEW Collision. Now, I've been seeing so many people, including myself, we've been getting on Tony Khan's case on not only showcasing the women, but telling better stories to get people invested. That's all everybody wants. That's pretty much all everybody wants. We just want better storytelling. Because we know the matches are great. It's not the matches, because that's the one place you're going to get the great wrestling at is at AEW. You're going to get great wrestling. The problem is a lot of times it's the booking. It's the storytelling because the story grips people. If you don't have a good enough story, I don't care how good the wrestling is, ain't nobody going to watch it. They're not. But I'm going to give Tony Khan and them props. Out of all the attacks that man has been getting, that man said, screw this. I'm about to go off. Final battle. I had a thing to lose it to Billy Starks. I had no clue. I had no idea that Athena was going to retain. I just knew that the Billy Starks kid was going over. No. Athena won again. So, they just introduced a new women's Ring of Honor television title, which means this is now, from what I'm told, it's a whole bunch of girls that's on Ring of Honor. A whole bunch of them. And I see there's an agenda that's being pushed to get Trish Adora as your first. It's either going to be her or it's going to be Miss Icy Storm or whatever her name is. The Ice Girl. Frost. It's either her. One of them is going to be the first Ring of Honor television champion. I ain't got a problem with it as long as it stay on Ring of Honor. That's all that matters to me. Because as of right now, everybody keep crying about AEW having way too many titles. I agree. That's why a hard brand split must take place. 5 titles on Dynamite and Rampage, 5 titles on Collision. I'm breaking that stuff up. The AEW tag team titles will be mainly defended on Dynamite. So the tag team divisions, all of that stuff, those storylines will be on Dynamite and Rampage. The AEW World Heavyweight Championship, Dynamite, Rampage. The TBS title, Dynamite, Rampage. The International Championship, Dynamite, Rampage. The Trios titles, Collision. The AEW Women's Championship, Collision. What other title they got? Because AEW got so many titles, don't even make no sense. The new Triple Crown Championship, that's gonna be the main title for Collision. That is what I'm doing. If Tony Khan's gonna treat that title as the main title, I would do that for Collision. That would be Collision's main title. So whoever gets drafted to Collision will be gunning for that Triple Crown Championship. Since everybody keep trying to, with all these doggone titles, they just keep coming out of nowhere. And then there's a lot of talk because of the great women's tag team match we got, the street fight with Willow, Chris Statlander, Mercedes, and what's my girl name? Diamante. There's been a lot of talk that there's a possibility that Tony Khan might be bringing in AEW women's tag team titles. I said, all right, you know what? Don't bring them in until late 2024, and they will be on Collision. So that way, the AEW Women's Championship and the AEW Women's Tag Team titles will mainly be a mainstay on Collision. So guess what? Now, a lot of people got a reason to tune into Collision. They got a main reason. Like, you know specifically who's going to be on what brand. Because that's what they need. They desperately need it. They need it, and they need it. I told you. What do you do with the FTW Championship? You know what? I'll probably put that on Collision. Because I think Mr. Hook needs a little bit, he needs to, hey, it's time to see, can you sink or swim? Can you sink or swim? So I'm going to treat the FTW championship as like their cruiserweight title. And that title is going to be mainly defended on Collision. That's what I do. So I believe I done broke all the titles up. If I'm missing the championship, hit me up in the freaking comment sections and tell me what I'm missing. Because I'm not including the Ring of Honor titles. Those titles are strictly for Ring of Honor. Outside of now the Ring of Honor World Championship, because that's going to be tied together with the Triple Crown. It's the Ring of Honor the Ring of Honor World title, the New Japan Strong title, and the new AEW Continental Classic World Championship. That will be your main title on Collision. That is the only Ring of Honor title that's allowed on Collision. I don't want to see no 6-man tag team titles. I don't want to see any of the Ring of Honor TV, regardless if it's the men's or the women's. You keep that on Ring of Honor. Same thing with the tag team. As soon as Samoa Joe and MJF lose those doggone Ring of Honor tag team titles, they need to go back to Ring of Honor. I don't care. So then we can focus mainly on the belts that I told you about. And like I said, break the rosters up. You got the mainstay cats that's supposed to be on Dynamite and Rampage, keep them there. Then you got the cats that's going to be drafted to Collision, you keep them there. That's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing, because then you got a reason for people to tune in, because they like, well, everybody's on everybody's show, and it's like, I don't really know who's going to be on it, so I'm like, what's the point of me even watching? So I just basically gave Tony Khan some constructive criticism on what to do. I didn't hate on him. I didn't call him a cokehead. I know I called him, I tease him every now and then, but I do it because I'm joking. I'm not doing it out of hate like most of these fools do, where they just hop into fools' mentions 24/7 every day, giving them death threats and all kind of idiotic stuff. Stupid. I'm giving the boy constructive criticism because I want this product to be around for a very long time. Look at TNA. That's all I'm going to say. Look at WWE. That's all I'm going to say. Look at New Japan. That's all I'm going to say. Collision. I absolutely enjoyed Collision. I thought Collision was a fantastic show. It was maybe 2 things on the show I probably did give a rat's behind about, but overall, I loved it. We opened up the show, Claudio and Andrade, if I'm not mistaken. That was the very first matchup. These two, they went to war. They killed each other. They beat the snot out of each other. Unfortunately, Claudio got the win. The boy did anything it takes, whatever it takes. He cheated to win. He got the win. So he continues to move up. We got, I'm trying to remember everything, because there was a lot of things that happened. So y'all forgive me. Like I said, I'm going off the top of the dome. Oh, we got right afterwards, we got Abaddon versus Jasmine Azula. I think that's her name. This was basically an Abaddon sighting. They've been doing, listen, people have been crying about characters. They've been crying. Oh, Tony Khan said, I'm going to give you the spooky girl, the zombie girl. I'm going to give it to you. Y'all say I only use it for Halloween? No. What I'm about to do, I'm about to showcase that. I'm going to let this girl go. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, this young lady has improved. There's a lot of things that she can work on. There is a lot. But overall, I like it. She's a character. She stands out. And guess what? She's on mission. Her mission is, I got to get that TBS championship. So she took out Miss Jasmine. Next thing you know, Julia comes out, the lights go off, Julia come out of nowhere, and then right behind her, Sky Blue, or as what they was calling her name is no longer Sky Blue, it's Sky Black. She has aligned herself with Julia Hart. So the two of them was beating the brakes off of Miss Zombie. They was beating the brakes off of Abaddon. We got a returning Thunder Rosa. Fan-flippin-tastic, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd in Texas went nuts. Matter of fact, I got to give Garland, Texas, listen, man, Texas is older pay-per-view. They are older pay-per-view because that crowd was great. They were fantastic. It's good to see Thunder Rosa. Cat's been crying. Where the heck is Thunder Rosa? The women's division need a spark. Man, she came out the woodwork to help Abaddon. Y'all, listen, man, next week we get in the tag team match. More than likely, this is basically Abaddon and Thunder Rosa going over. And if Tony Khan is smart, Julia better not get pinned, because obviously this is setting up Julia and Abaddon at World's End. Sky Blue, unfortunately, has to get pinned, but it is what it is, because this is basically setting up you know who. So I'm just happy that Thunder Rosa is back. That's all that matters to me. I said, listen, the women got a serious showcasing on freaking Collision. From what I'm told, the women's division is going to be a major priority going into 2024. A major. There have been fools crying Everybody, including myself, we've been on the hamper. We've been on Tony Khan's helmet. Hey, boy, get this doggone women's division up. It's been one of your weakest parts of the doggone show. Get the women's division up. We want to care about the girls. Get it up. Tony Khan said, I got you. I got you. He showcased, I think, about 10 girls on doggone Collision. The women, they ran, Collision was about the girls. The ladies control Collision, ladies and gentlemen. Next we got, let's see, we got DG and Eddie Kingston, if I'm not mistaken. And this went to the wire. They tore each other up. You had Daddy Magic on commentary. I personally believe we get Daddy Magic versus DG at World's End. I believe that, because basically every time when he's out there, Daddy Magic is doing everything in his power to root him on. But every time he comes close to looking like he's going to win, he doesn't. So I feel like there's something going on right there. I think there's a matchup that's being planned. I could be wrong, but like I say, DG came up short. Eddie Kingston, he went on. We got the Gates of Agony beating the brakes off. No, it was Brian Cage. Brian Cage went to get some bum, tore him up. Then we got the women's tag team match. Mercedes Martinez Diamante versus Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale. And the girls came out dressed up looking like this was Pulp Fiction. If you ain't never seen the movie Pulp Fiction, it's Samuel Jackson and John Travolta. It's a hardcore movie. It's rated R. The fools, they was cutting up. That's all I'm gonna say in that movie. They was cutting up, but they came dressed up like them. This was a street fight. I thought it was just a regular tag team match. It wasn't. It was a street fight. And boy, did the girls kill each other. They murdered each other. I say, man, look, AEW, they love their hardcore matches, and they showcase that the women are just as crazy as the fellas. That's basically what they do. I thought the match was good. I thought the girls did work. So also we had I was like this is what I wanted to happen at Rampage. After the trios match between Penta, Commander, and Vikingo, and Top Flight and Action Andrade, I said this would have been a perfect spot for the Acclaim to return. Ladies and gentlemen, the Acclaim are back. After getting beat down by the Devil and his goons, they made their epic return. The crowd went nuts. I said it's about freaking time. People been crying about, like, where the heck is the trios champion? What the heck is going on, Tony Khan? What is going on? The fools are back. They returned. They said, before we address our titles, the number one thing, we're going to beat the Scooby-Doo looking, wearing, whoever the clowns were. We're going to beat their behinds for whatever. And then Max Caster, he kind of, you know, feeling some kind of way about MJF now. He feeling some kind of way, but he said, in the meantime, what we're going to do, we're going to put these titles on the line. And out of nowhere, Top Flight pulled up. I said, man, we could have got this on freaking Rampage, bro. I wish we got this on freaking Rampage. I'm serious. But you know what? I'm happy. We got it. The matchup is taking place next week on Collision, or is it not? I think it's on Collision. Next week on Collision, we got Action Andrade, Darius and Dante Martin versus the Acclaim and Daddy A for them doggone trios championships. And you know what? Since they ain't doing nothing with them trios titles, I absolutely don't mind to see Top Flight and Action Andrade get some gold. I know people gonna be upset. I don't give a crap, because the storyline right now with the Acclaim is dealing with them goons and MJF situation and the Devil. So to me, that's basically their storyline right now. So I'm like, put the titles on doggone Action Andrade and Top Flight, and revamp the freaking trios division. And I would keep the trios division on Collision. That's what I would do. Man, mainly I would focus on the men's tag team division on Dynamite. That's exactly what I would do. We got FTR coming out there addressing House of Black, and they cut a promo on them. Next thing you know, House of Black popped up on the doggone screen, and they made things very personal with them. And I said, man, this would be perfect if they just tied together Ricky and Big Bill. I'm like, y'all beefing, which is great. I love the personal animosity, and I know they not beefing over a title, but I'm like, the tag team division needs something. And I'm like, well, Big Bill and Ricky, they just lost their matchup because Kenny Omega's out. So Chris Jericho ain't doing squat. So I'm sitting up here like, I don't know. How about you find a way to tie these two together with Big Bill and Ricky and them? 4 all together. I'm like, listen, I know it's basically the same matchup. We got a doggone Full Gear, but at least it's a triple threat. It's not a fatal 4-way like how we got a Full Gear. I don't care. Listen, anything to tie the titles to them, which will make the beef that much more personal, because that's exactly what they did. They took a picture of Dax and his wife and his daughter, and they burnt that thing, and they put, listen, look, things are heating up. I see what they're doing. I see where they're trying to go, but I think things, for me, I think it just would have made things a little bit, I would have made more sense of it if they would have tied together Ricky and Big Bill, because as of right now, they ain't got nothing going on. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say revamp the whole tag team around them. If you really want to get back to telling great stories with the tag team and making the tag team division your number one thing, like how it was when AEW first started, I would tie things right back to them. That's it. You beefing with each other because neither one of y'all can get the tag team titles right now. I'm like, okay, screw that. Ricky, Big Bill, y'all interceding this feud. Y'all say y'all fools over here beefing, but we the ones with the tag team titles. That's what I would have done. I don't know how y'all feel. Y'all, like I say, listen, I appreciate all the feedback I get. Like I said, I love it. Like I said, we have constructive dialogue, how we just hop in the comment section, and I love that. I love the feedback. What else took place before I get to the main event? Because I feel like I'm missing something. We got a Keith. Oh, they showed the matchup. Keith Lee and Shane Taylor. Them two went to crazy. They went nuts at Final Battle. Keith Lee got the victory, but he said everybody keeps, because Keith Lee been running around here talking about something. I'm going after him. So everybody thought he was talking about Shane Taylor. He said Shane Taylor won him. Well, he popped up out of nowhere because, like I say, Brian Cage and Prince Nana was standing right there before they went out and did their matchup. Keith Lee pulled up and said, hey, Prince Nana, I got a word. Tell him that this ain't over. I said, now remember, a lot of people was like, when the heck are we going to come to the altercation of Keith Lee and Swerve? Swerve is in the Continental Classic right now, correct? And I know I don't have Swerve winning that thing. So I guess this is a way to keep Swerve busy before he can eventually go on to win the main championship, because I don't have him winning that Ring of Honor thing. I don't. I told you. I personally believe the finals is going to be Moxley and Eddie Kingston, unless somebody throw a monkey wrench in there. But Hangman is off TV because he got jumped by the devil and his goons, right? So let's do Swerve. Let's do Keith Lee. Let's get that out the way. I know a lot of people say, well, TK start, like, because again, this is an issue that Tony Khan has a lot. It's the start and stop pushes. It's the storylines that then it's just like, no. You got the continuation is what gets people invested. That's what gets people into it. That's why people be like, I seen a lot of people say, you know what, man, it is what it is. I know the match probably gonna be good, but you know what? I'm like this. Let them do what they got to do. We finally going somewhere, because a lot of people been crying like, when is Swerve, when is Keith Lee gonna finally get back together? Here we are. They getting ready to knuckle it up. More than likely, if Swerve don't win this doggone, if he doesn't go to the finals, your matchup at World's End for Swerve is him and Keith Lee. Book it. And I got Swerve going over. Let's see. Anything else take place? Oh, Edge, a.k.a. Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland cut a promo. He said the matchup that took place in Canada wasn't the way he wanted it to go. But he says, you know, I came back to this company and I wanted to get down with my homeboy, but he ain't seeing eye to eye with me right now. So what we gonna do, we're gonna take it up again, because I desperately want that TNT title, and I'm gonna get it. And I'm gonna get it in the doggone no DQ match. So them fools gonna tear each other up. There you have it. There's your matchup. Listen, for me, I've told you, when you got matches that are going into pay-per-views or feuds that are going into pay-per-views, I would prefer story build up before cats knuckle up. That's just me. Now, I like the matchup that happened on doggone Dynamite a couple of weeks ago, but I know a lot of people really was like, you know what? I would prefer them just build up to it, add legs to the storyline, and then boom, go to war. tear each other's head up at the pay-per-view. That's what it is. Wrestling television is for the build-up. I don't care what nobody has to say. I don't give a crap. Wrestling TV is for, yes, you have wrestling matches on wrestling TV, but majority of wrestling TV should be about the story building and the characters. I tell people this all the time. This is why I say I don't want nobody coming in my comment section telling me all I do is praise AEW. No, I don't. I get on Tony Khan's case when I need to get on his case. And like I said, the number one thing Tony Khan and them need to focus on going into 2024 is telling better stories. I don't care what nobody has to say. Telling stories, you get yourself a freaking creative team, you do a doggone brand split, put titles, since you got about 10 titles, I feel like about 10. And right now it's 9, but more than likely, if you add the tag team titles for the women, it's going to be about 10 titles. 5 on Dynamite, 5 on Collision. Boom. And then you split everybody up. You split everybody up. Rampage is the 3rd hour of Dynamite. So if you have a serious storyline that's happening on Dynamite, if you want fools to tune into doggone Rampage, have it continue over on Collision. On Rampage. Collision is own entity, unless somebody that's got beef with somebody on Collision, and you got something going on, something. You see what I'm saying? That's what we need, and we need it now. Games are over. The freaking games are over. Main event. Brody King versus Daniel Bryan, a.k.a. Bryan Danielson, the Dragon. Man, I wanted Brody King to win so bad. I told you, Mr. Wolf, Mr. Always barking all day long. I wanted that boy to win. But I understand why my man OTRS Central Jeff calls Bryan Danielson the politician, because that boy be politicking a lot. Trust me, he politics a lot. And now the fact that he has this leadership role, that boy be politicking. That boy be politicking. He be politicking his tail off. With all the injuries this guy got and all this crazy crap, I just be like, how this fool be doing all this crazy stuff in the I don't know. I don't know, man. But listen. Boy. They tore each other up. I wanted Brody King to win so bad. I'm a Brody King guy. Came up short. Bryan moves on. And guess what? Now, the BCC are finna start facing each other. Claudio and Bryan got each other next week, which is crazy. The homeboys got each other, so you know these fools win, and they going to do whatever it takes to win. I'm telling you right now, the matchup we thought was going to be the first draw, which was Moxley and Swerve, the first draw was more than likely going to be Claudio and Bryan. You might as well book that in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Khan, he answered the call. Fools was in his mentions. Fools was telling him, bro, you got to step it up, bro. You got to step it up. Like, dude, we don't listen to the people that hate you. Listen to the cats like me that's going to tell you what to do. That's going to help you better your product. That's it. And you know what? He answered the call, man. Could he done some things better? Absolutely. Like I said, storylines need to gel. Storylines need to gel better. That is another thing that he has to work on. Gelling storylines together and making things make sense. But the women getting the opportunities of a lifetime like crazy, I mean, hey, kudos to TK and kudos whoever was in his ear that told him, hey, man, we got to step it up with the girls. We got to step it up. Because there's so many people that be saying that we don't care about the women over here and all this stuff. Tony Khan said, I got you. I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, I ain't really got nothing. Oh, let me talk about it. Miss Charlotte Flair. Miss Charlotte Flair has she tore an ACL, she tore an MCL, she tore a meniscus, and she has a stiff neck. I'm praying for that girl. I am praying for her. But one thing she got to do, stop doing that doggone moonsault, because that's not helping you at all. She going to have to clean that up. She got to. You're looking at your 2025 Royal Rumble winner. You might as well pencil that in because she's going to win it. But like I said, prayers out to her. Liv Morgan, that girl she got some plugs because apparently they saying that the thing that was found in her car, it wasn't hers. I said, oh, okay. Okay. It is what it is on that. But ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. I got to get ready for work. This your boy, Caseyfield, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. I always appreciate everybody that come through and listen to what I had to say. And always, I appreciate everybody hopping in the comment section. I appreciate, listen, man, We only get bigger and better, man. I thank you for all the new subscribers and everything. And man, this has been a great year for me. This is overall, regardless of how wrestling has been as a whole, this has been a great year. And you know what, man? Listen, I'm about to make a prophetic decree. I don't care what nobody has to say. I'm about to make this decree right now. I decree that in 2024, moving forward, pro wrestling as a whole is back. I don't care what promotion it is. Dynamite, Collision, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Impact/TNA, New Japan Wrestling, and whatever. 2024 will be the greatest year for pro wrestling, period. I don't care. Free agency gonna be crazy. Storylines are gonna be great. I pray for people that's injury prone or whatever. I'm praying for folks to stay healthy. I'm praying for storylines to gel. I'm praying that Tony Khan gets himself a doggone writing team. I'm praying that Triple H and them do the right thing concerning our talent and everybody over there. I pray for Shawn Michaels. I pray for Scott D'Amore. I pray for the cat that run New Japan, all of them. Every wrestler, I don't care what they are. I don't care, male, female, straight, I don't give a crap. I don't care if they believe like me or not. I'm praying that 2024 is the greatest year of pro wrestling that we've ever seen. As crazy as free agency gonna be, wrestling fans are gonna be excited for things to come. I'm calling things which be not as though they were. This your man, Casey King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. I'm out. Holla at your boy.